Brookside Country Club celebrates its Centennial Celebration. Since 2000, it has appeared every year in Golf Week magazine's top 100 of America's best golf courses and is currently ranked number 59. Our rich history goes back to the late 1800s, when Canton had just 20,000 citizens. Lakeside Country Club was one of the oldest established clubs in the area as a part of the Great Myers Lake Amusement Park. The years following the Great World War, there were 87,000 residents in Canton. 3 of those citizens were local leaders, Paul Belden, T.K. Harris, and Henry Timken, who had the vision to take Lakeside's 9-hole golf course and move it and its distinguished members to what would now become Brookside Country Club. They acquired 3 farms where the course stands now and announced the club would open in 1922.
In 1920, my grandfather sold a chunk of land, which I think is probably about 7, 8, and 2. I think at that, just about in that area. Sold that to the club in 1920 as they were out getting ready to build the clubhouse here. But that family, my family's, that farm has been in my family since 1851. So it's been a part of my family since pretty much forever.
The thing that was really interesting to me is that back then, 1920, they had approached all 4 farmers the same day and told them they had to sell that day, and made them an offer for the land, and bought the land all the same day so that the price wouldn't go up. I mean, to me, that was way ahead of its time.
Mr. Belden would make an important friend at the yearly Brick Convention in Pinehurst, North Carolina. They spoke about their favorite sport, golf, and how they could work together one day. That friend would later be inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame in 1977, Scotland's own Donald Ross. Donald Ross designed an absolute gem in Northeast Ohio.
In those years, I can't recall the name Donald Ross being on the tip of everyone's tongue. There were brochures, come play this Donald Ross course. Maybe there were, but nobody saw him. The image of Donald Ross has come back. It's a renaissance of what he did, and it's what in the last 20 or so years that there's been more significance attached to it, largely because he has worldwide acclaim as a course designer. The leadership of the club was under constant bombardment to change the course. That green's too tough, gotta flatten it out. My kids can't hit a 2-wood out of 3-inch rough, therefore mow the grass, all sorts of things of that sort. The leadership of this place, and changing people, changing leadership, never succumbed to that. They didn't go out with a Caterpillar bulldozer and do that. Can you imagine that? If somebody did that on the first hole of this course? People would play the hole and pack up their bag and go to the parking lot and go home. So one of the things they protected in this, there was if you can call it a value, was the sanctity of this golf course. You better be better than Donald Ross was.
Donald Ross was a kind of genius. It was just the brilliance of the golf course is comparable really with anything. I mean, it's a terrific piece of art as well as a beautiful spot. And this is great land for a golf course. That's another factor, of course. It's not dull with these rolling hills.
Number one, obviously Donald Ross's vision in using the topography of the land to design the course with and creating the best layout possible that way. He was really a genius at designing the holes and how they flowed and the movement of the course. Again, that topography that we have is really unlike anything else in our area, for sure. And then his greens, Brookside is well known for the green complexes and the difficulty of the greens because of the undulation and the bunkering around them and so forth. So you really have to pay attention when it comes to playing the course and knowing where you can hit it and where you can't hit it. So that management and understanding of what his design concepts were really helps you play the course well, or it gives you that advantage.
We are continually working on making the championship better every year. it was really cool to be able to go play other courses and compare how they are to us. When the girls come here, and we host it once a year, when they come here, they think this is the hardest course they've ever played on, and they are like, oh my gosh, that brought us down to our knees. And we always get such a kick out of it because, you know, as you play it all the time, you don't really look at it like that.
It's a gem. You know, you bring people out here and they look at those greens and they go, oh my God, it's amazing.
And the club is no better than the membership. And I was told when I came here by my mentors that I should try to be here 5 or 6 years and then go to a better club. Never found a better club. I thought this was, after the first year I was here, I thought this is where I belonged.
There are plenty of other options besides golf. The tennis facility is quite spectacular. In fact, for many years I played a lot of tennis. The outdoor courts are clay, which is very rare to see, and well maintained, great to play on, great surface to play on, very different than anything else you'd play on.
My wife got the impression of this place right in the driveway, and I think about it all the time when I pull in. She said, "It's a great place. This is you, Jay. This is you." So it's just, and then Dr. King saying to me, "I hope you'll be happy for at least the next 10 years or more." I'm thinking, 10 years, you know, that's a long time. So here is 30 years later. And now I'm working with the kids of the kids that I had. So it's been awesome. It's been a great time.
Well, a tennis program means everything. I mean, I always loved to play tennis. I play some golf too, but I was never a natural athlete, and I wanted the kids, our children, to have the opportunity to take lessons, and they took lessons from Jay, who I think is just awesome. He's just one of the best things that Brookside there is to offer. He brought them up, and my kids, the children, they played tennis in high school, and they still play tennis, and they love playing it.
The tennis program, well, it led me through a great life. I started with Jay when I was 4 or 5 years old, and became really competitive in high school, and even led me to a scholarship at Walsh University. So it was a great way to grow up here at Brookside.
It's just like, wow, this is awesome. This is, you know, it's just an experience, because you can't find soft clay courts outside, and you can't find really nice hard courts inside, to where you could literally choose, even if it's a summer day and you just say, well, I don't want to play on clay, go inside. You have 4 great indoor courts.
As far as private clubs go, Brookside's the only one that has indoor tennis courts. And Jay has a lot of tournaments going on and a lot of fun things. For example, there's a mixed doubles tournament here, and he told me to play with my daughter, have fun, and we're having fun. And my son and his wife are playing together.
So my goal has always been, I think I've done a good job. If somebody's won a state championship, or if they continue to play the game as they become adults, that's my biggest challenge. They still love the game. And that's what we try to always profess. I mean, I love working with all levels, whether it's the raw beginner or someone who's been, playing college tennis. That's the beauty of it. And I enjoy working with all levels. But if someone's still playing as an adult, then I think I've done my job.
I don't think a club, or really any organization, is able to last, nearly a century without really focusing on, 2 really important things. And that's its people and its traditions. And Brookside and the families and the past presidents and the past boards who have maintained those traditions have really meant so much to the club.
This 100th anniversary, I think, is a great opportunity to sort of let the members know, and particularly some of the younger members, the history of the club.
I think what's really neat is, you go in the men's grill, or, you walk in the tavern, or, the front entrance to the club, and, you see a number of placards and old trophies, dating back to the 1920s. I think it's great that we maintain that history and that we respect that history here at Brookside. That we have, some really great artifacts down in the men's grill, with when Walter Hagen played here and fired his low round, all the low rounds that people have had on the course, and that we maintain the history of past club champions, men's and women's club champions.
Tradition is what the club's all about. And I think that, you know, the club is no better than the membership. And I think if the young members see that and keep doing it, the future of the club's going to be bright.
You know, keeping the traditions, but at the same time trying to improve. We've got something that's a foundation here that is unlike any other, but you always have to keep moving forward. You always have to reinvest in what your assets are. And I think Brookside's done a good job of that in the past 100 years, and we need to keep that going forward for sure.
The leadership really feels strongly in making sure that the legacy continues for the next 100 years and the next 4 to 5 generations. You know, if you think about it, there have been 4 or 5 generations of families that have come through this club in 100 years. And I think that everyone within the leadership feels strongly that we want to continue that legacy.
It was neither 1946 or 47. One Sunday after church and lunch, our father announced that he and mother had been asked to join Brookside. I was all of 11 or 12 years of age. He paused for a moment. He said, "It's an excellent place." That word has stuck in my mind ever since. Rarely did he use it, and only appropriately. It's not every day that you should apply the term excellence to anything, but he was convinced of it. And so, in these 75 years since that lunch, I've had the opportunity as a member and not a member, in and out, to see that notion of excellence play out. It has done so in 2 or 3 very important ways to my mind. First, it fulfills the expectation or hope that Henry Timken, Mr. Belden, and T.K. Harris had when the place was founded. They saw it a club that could attract and retain business professionals, physicians, lawyers, anyone who was going to lead the Canton area, the bigger, larger Canton area, into a successful era. The second aspect of it has been the unswerving importance that this club, its leadership, its members, have placed on the family. This isn't just a place for Dad to go tee it up on Saturday afternoon with his buddies. It's a place for a family to come where children can grow up and prosper in years to come. And that no one's ever taken their eye off that, in my estimation, over these 75 years. I've seen some of the club's more illustrious, outstanding members over the generation dedicate their time to the development of the family aspects of the club. The third, and I think equally important value that I've witnessed over this time, is the importance attached by the leadership of this club to the people it employs, people who work here.
I think that says a lot about, you know, the fact that we're so much more than a place. You know, this is 1800 Canton Avenue where we're sitting, but Brookside Country Club is the members and the staff and the traditions.
It's fun, and I've really been fond of so many of our employees over the years. You feel at home and welcome, and friendships with a great many of the people that have worked here over the years.
And the family atmosphere always made me feel like I was welcome here, like it was a secure place for me to be.
I mean, I come up here a lot during the summers. I mean, I'm at swim practice in the morning, probably go golf after that, and then probably probably hit the pool with my friends. So yeah, I'd say I come up here a pretty fair amount. So yeah, it's technically like a second home.
But it's all part of a home-like atmosphere.
It's been like home.
There's just so many great people here, whether that's the members or the staff. And our club is truly an extension of our homes. We come together here to celebrate weddings and baptisms and birthdays and anniversaries and holidays. And just like you welcome someone into your home when you come here, together this is sort of our collective home where we're able to celebrate. And to me, that's what Brookside's all about.
Where can you find in this world a chef who's celebrating his 25th anniversary, a tennis coach in his 30th year, the tenure of the last two golf professionals put together? I can't even count that high. Why did they stay? They were all at the top of their field. What made them stay here? And I would argue that it's the way they've been treated. It's the opportunity they've had to do what they think is an important expression of their profession, and so forth. It wouldn't be the place it is without them. If anyone's looking for advice, which people rarely do, and if they heard from an 86-year-old, they probably ought to discount it immediately, it would be to take as much interest in this club as the club has taken in you. Find a place along the way where you can make the difference and make it a better place, of which it's perfectly capable of being, and upon which it depends if 100 years from now it's going to be there at the front ranks, just as it is today.
Thank you to our loyal members for years of dedication in growing the club to what it is today. Congratulations on a tremendous 100 years. We look forward to the next 100.